gonna do like a POV drive, basically, just taking the car. But besides that, I'm not really gonna do much recording at Cars and Coffee. I'm really like camera shy, or camera scene shy, to say the least. I don't like being seen with a camera. I used to do videos with the car, kind of stopped. It's been a while since I've picked up the camera, started doing different jobs, and kind of that's been taking up most of my time for making YouTube videos. But I used to make I wouldn't say a lot, but I would make like the fundamentals of like the SI world, 10-gem world, like shift knob, suspension, which that right there, it wasn't really too in detail. But after that, I've kind of like done my own thing, and I started working, and the car's changed over time. I'm pretty sure if whoever watches this video, follows me on Instagram, knows that I've done a lot to the car in the past 4 or 5 years, since when I first originally started making YouTube videos with this car. But for whoever's watching this video, this car is a 10th gen SI 2018. It used to be static, and now it is on bags. Unfortunately, like any of my recent videos, you would see that I've done a lot of autocrossing with the car. This car has been to the Dragon, it has been to Homestead Speedway, it's done drag racing events, it's done a lot. I've practically almost done everything that you can with this car, and I feel like if I would have continued making these videos, a lot of people would have learned a lot about these cars, because I feel like there's not enough videos on these cars, like showing them like kind of how it is and how to do stuff with these cars, because I've done practically everything besides build a motor. I've swapped the motor on this car. This car has a 2020 motor, because I ended up lifting the head on my original one. And for everyone that's curious, no, you cannot run 21 pounds for 2 years, because it will lift the head eventually. And in my case, if you look right over here, I have the Dragon. Like, this car's been up to the Dragon, and that's exactly where I lifted the head. And then when I came back, I had to swap the motor. But this car is full bolt-on 85, wide body bagged. I am running the V3 PRL flex fuel kit, engine short ram. I used to have the cold intake, now I have a short ram. The engine 2.5-inch intake, and FKX, for whoever remembers FKX downpipe. Realistically, all I'm really missing is like head studs, and oil pump gear. Realistically, that's all I'm really missing, and a tune, because I am on a 27.1 W2 turbo, on a 27.1 W2 turbo, on a base map right now, and I have a lot of it like turned off, early boost ramp or early, and a whole bunch of stuff kind of like disabled, just because I would rather get it like professionally tuned, which I haven't done yet. Right now it's just on a base map, which the car's been running perfectly fine. Besides that, as for exhaust, I'm on a Skunk 2 exhaust, full 3-inch back, or what should I say, full catback 3-inch. The downpipe is like a 2.8-inch. But overall, car's treated me great. I have a lot of friends that these cars have blown up on them, and I'm pretty sure whoever is familiar with the 10 gens and especially the SIs, these motors like to blow up anywhere past 300 to 315 around there, wheel, which it's mainly due to torque. Normally horsepower is kind of like not too much of a problem But yeah, for the most part, I'm not really into the whole Honda stuff. Like, just me owning a Honda has gotten me more into the Honda stuff. But I would still not consider myself like a Honda person. I'm more of a Nissan person. I would like to have one day. But as of right now, I have my car, which I love this car. I love my SI. Obviously, I have some tasteful thoughts about like other SIs because, you know, they've done stuff properly. Now, but as for me, I feel like for the most part, even though this is like my starting car, it still is kind of like my starting car because this is like, I guess you can say, like my first sports car, and I've had it ever since. If you go back to some of my recent or one of my older videos, you would see that this is the original car, and I've kept it for so long. I'm going on up, I think, yeah, I'm on year 6 right now of owning this car, and this car has been nothing but great to me. Everything that I've done to the car is more like my fault, especially whenever it comes down to like lifting the head and stuff like that. That's kind of like your own fault. But as for anything breaking, nothing's ever broken on me. I know as of right now, this car does have a fuel pump recall, which I still haven't done. Obviously, I'm probably not going to do it either until that time comes that the defect shows itself. But I'm probably not going to do it. But yeah, for the most part, that's kind of the gist of it and how the car has been treating me. Everything that I've, for the most part, done to the car, I'm pretty sure I've missed out on a couple things. But besides that, I'm just going to drive over to Cars and Coffee. Guess how much power this car makes, I would say it probably makes like maybe like 270, 275, and then torque. I've dropped torque by a ton. I know that these cars are torque happy and stuff like that, but I'm not like I was saying, I'm not the biggest fan of torque. Torque is what kills these motors, and I'm not the biggest fan of it. Kind of why I'm a firm believer in the PRL big turbo kit that they used to sell. I think from what I've heard from other people, they stopped selling it because it just drops torque by so much. I would rather you do a full turbo kit before you do an entire drop in like the W1 turbo, which 27.1 sells. Like, I'm on the W2, but that's because the W1, the torque is stupidly high. In my opinion, I'm not the biggest fan of very high torque. I would much rather have high power numbers. As for like W2, where everything kind of like swaps over, and I believe you can make more power on the W2, but without all the additional torque, which is what I personally like. I would much rather have more power than torque, because I don't plan on building the motor just yet. I would like to build the motor maybe one day. I still haven't gotten to that. Kind of like, there's nothing really wrong with the head. I mean, head studs, I guess, but that's more of like a you problem. But we're kind of already here. I actually work around here too. My job is kind of like back over there. I am going to wrap the car. I am changing the color of it. As you guys can see right now, it is green. I am planning on kind of changing it. I'm not going to say what color it is. I'm not sure if I'm going to reveal that yet, but it's kind of what I'm doing. This Cars and Coffee is kind of like bothering me a little bit, more because this Cars and Coffee has been getting very like money hungry recently, and they've been kind of like taking away parking, as you can like see over here on like the right side. Or well, you can't really tell right now, but on the right side there is like a lot of like paid parking, and people have really been like trying to like avoid that, because normally what we've been doing is like just come here so like that we can have a good time. But now Cars and Coffee has been taking away parking, which is kind of bothering a lot of people. And so that's kind of where we've been at recently. Alright, well, I'm gonna get back on the camera a little bit later, see if I can find my people. So we just left Cars and Coffee. We're going out to go eat now. Probably get a couple rollers of everyone and just kind of like show off like my little group, because I'm in Slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse is kind of a known group throughout the US, but we're mainly in Miami. But that's kind of like, we're gonna go out to eat, basically what I'm saying is. Just left. Right now we're on our way back home. I have my friend's wheels that I actually kind of like stole off of him, because I'm gonna be doing some test fitting. But besides that, we're going back home. We just went to go eat. We ate at Twin Peaks over here down in Doral. But to show you guys the wheels, as of right now it's just like one wheel, but that's the wheel right there. I'm not the biggest fan of big faces, but I mean, it's fine. He has the other four, but as of right now, I'm gonna be running. I still have my VSXXs, but I want to move up to a 19. My VSXXs are a 18, so I'm gonna be on that. But that's what we're gonna be doing for now, until I buy a new set of wheels, which I don't know when that's gonna happen. Just got home now. I'm gonna test fit the wheels. Right now I'm fully aired up, but I'm gonna test fit the wheels that I have now. This is aired up all the way. Well, this is like my air up height. So now we're gonna see how it is at ride height, and then we're gonna check at basically aired out. So that's drive height. Might be sitting a little bit higher than what I would normally want it, but that's kind of where it is right now for at least drive height. And now let's see what it is when we air down. So that is aired out. We need to fix that fitment though. I wouldn't say that the height's the problem. The problem is how deep it is. I want it to poke out a little bit more. I would like to apologize. I kind of forgot to do an outro, which was like something normal for me. So even back then, I would just forget to do outros and all that stuff. But I ended up test fitting another friend's wheel, and I'm gonna end up trading the wheels that you saw in the video. I'm gonna trade those with my VSXXs. He's gonna give me 1,000 on top, and then I'm gonna trade those wheels with another full face wheel that my other friend has, and that's basically it. He came over, we test fitted his wheels too and all that stuff. But besides that, my bad for the forgetting the outro. But I'm going to try to post a little bit more. Honestly, it's just my bad, but I'm trying to get better at it.